currently on the market. So we are going to be looking at those, talking a little bit about them. And of course, because of COVID-19, whoops, sorry, a little crash here at my house. Because we're looking at both of these on a virtual basis, you will get an opportunity to ask a lot of questions. And of course, for those of you that are curious, the next step would always be to consider requesting a showing. So that would really be a really nice end game. So Workplay Toronto, in conjunction with Pamela Simons and team, are happy to present to you 2 different properties. You're going to hear from both myself and Eddie Prakazi, who's the client lead within the team, and myself, I'm the broker and the team lead. So welcome to our virtual open house.
Welcome, everybody.
Hi, Eddie.
Hi.
So also joining us today, we've got Terry Lynn Moore, and I'm going to have Terry Lynn talk to us a little bit in a bit. Terry Lynn is one of my favorite mortgage brokers. So thank you, Terry Lynn, so much for agreeing to join us today and share some wisdom as it pertains to buying real estate in the city of Toronto. So for those of you who are not 100% familiar with the area, this is the Humber Bay Shores area. And the Humber Bay Shores area is south of Etobicoke. It's right on the lake, which is really nice. Now this picture is actually quite old because since this picture was taken, they've actually incorporated a number of additional buildings. But the first building that we're going to be talking about is this one right here. This is 2121 Lakeshore. And the specific suite we're talking about is this one right here with the giant 2,000 square foot terrace. I don't think I can stop saying that enough. Yeah. It is super big. It does have some partial lake view. So you can see that this has all been built up already. So from here, there would be a direct line towards downtown Toronto, and from the other way through the buildings and from Brooker's Lane, which is this area in here, you would see out to the lake this way. So it does have partial lake views, which is really nice. So if you're not familiar with that, we'll take you on a further tour. The second property that we're going to be talking about is located out here. Now, that is now built, but right by where this Canada flag is, there's a new building called Eau de Soleil, and we're going to talk about that one as well. So the 2 properties specifically, 2121 Lakeshore, Suite 511. It's a 2-bedroom and den, 2 bathrooms. It's about 1,000 square foot interior and about 2,000 square foot terrace. Ooh, big terrace. I love the fact that we found this property and that it's now available for people, because many of us are probably, getting to the point where staying indoors becomes a bit of a challenge, and to have outdoor space that's exclusive use is something that I think is a real luxury. And as well, Eddie and I will talk a little bit about the fact that even positioning this one, there are other suites in the neighborhood with terraces, and most of those, in fact, I think every single one of them right now, if there's anything left, it starts over $1 million. So this one certainly is on a price per square foot, a really good price. The building itself has got really wonderful amenities and luxurious amenities, if I can sort of title them in that capacity. And it does face towards the lake, as I showed you, but you'll see from our virtual tour as we have a look at that a bit more. The second property that we're going to talk about is a 1-bedroom at 30 Shore Breeze Road, Suite 1622. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It has a balcony, parking, and locker all included. And it has a beautiful upgraded wall fireplace, which is really nice. So it's facing northwest views, which is facing towards Mississauga. So for those of you that are working a day job, you can enjoy that evening sun, that late afternoon and evening sun for a lot longer, especially whenever you face the west. So I kind of like that for evening sun. And as I mentioned before, it's in an iconic building. I would say it's the most iconic building of that neighborhood. There's other beautiful buildings here, but this one is so unique in its design and configuration, and as well as the amenities. So it certainly is a very special property. All right, so I believe, oh, I've got the floor plan. So I guess this will kind of start our tour. And Eddie, I think we're going to share your screen next in order to take a peek at some of the actual listing.
Perfect. Okay, so let me just get back. Let me just figure this out for a second. Sorry, guys. This is my first time doing virtual tours myself, so just bear with me for a sec. Okay, here we are. And let's share this guy here. Yes. Okay, so can you guys see the listing?
We can.
Awesome. Okay, so the unit itself is 993 square foot, which is just shy of 1,000 square foot, as Pamela said. And the centerpiece of this actual unit is 2,000 square foot terrace, which is unique in that building, in the whole area, actually. I will try to find any similar unit in the whole area, and there's nothing even remotely close to that one. So it's beautiful. You have to see it in person. I was just shocked when I got there and actually saw it in person. You can't even appreciate it till you see it in person. So it's really awesome. Like, that's the centerpiece. It's exclusive use for this specific unit. There's another unit same to this, which is a mirror unit, which is 512 beside it. So it's only 2 units in that whole building. So whoever likes terrace or wants to have remotely close anything to being in a garden back, like, but being a condo, this is the unit to get. So it's just awesome. You have to see that in person. So as you see, like, unit has, like we said, 993. So it's 2-bedroom plus den, like Pamela mentioned. We have some pictures here. Pamela going to go through the virtual tour later on, but I'll just show you some pictures. This is the building from outside. And this is why this is the facing west here, west side building. And this is the entrance of the building. I mean, on the unit, sorry about that. And as you see, it has a slate on the floor. And this, sorry, that's the kitchen. I apologize. It's a different angle. So nice appliances, stainless steel appliances with a nice granite countertop. It's, let me just bring the floor plan. I think you have a floor plan. I don't have it with me. Oh, I do have, sorry. Let me just switch to the floor plan for a sec. Yeah. Okay, so can you see the floor plan here?
Yes, we can.
Okay. As you see, there's a bedroom. You have master bedroom with a bathroom, which is master bedroom is right here. And we have a bathroom here. And then we have a kitchen in the middle. It's a split design, which is awesome. So you have your own privacy, each one. And we have a huge living room, which is here, which both we have like 3 access to terrace from each room. And like you have access. So the whole width of the unit from here to here, it's the actual access to the terrace. So let me just go back to this. So you can go back to the terrace 1 second. Yep. Okay, so yeah, so this is the hardwood floor on the hardwood floor throughout the unit, except the bedrooms. They have like a carpeting through it, the master bedroom and the second bedroom, and it's really a nice layout. I love it myself personally. So as you see, there's an exit on from. You have this is the master bedroom here. You have the exit from that side to the balcony, and then you have an exit from the actual master living room. Sorry. So this is the den. As you enter the unit on your left side, this is a small den. You can use it as an office or just have a chat or like read a book or something, relax during the day. And this is the living room. Let me see. Yeah. So as you see, it's really nice and spacious. Oops, sorry. I don't know what happened here. 1 second. I don't know why it's showing up as a blue. Oops. Oh, there you go. Okay. So again, this is the same den. As you walk in as you walk in on the unit, you have on the left side, it's a laundry room. It's right here, this door here. So, and there's the washroom, second washroom. I mean, the first washroom, and then you get inside. Let me second, 1 second. Let me go back to the. Yeah, sorry about that because this is the MLS pictures and they just out of order. Okay, so this is the master bedroom one. As you see, it has a carpet inside. He has a nice white closet. It's not a walk-in closet, but it's really nice and white, so there's lots of space there. And same thing, has a walkout to the actual terrace here. As you see, there are double doors for the closet. And this is the second bedroom. It doesn't have a walkout to the balcony, but you do have a nice window here. It has lots of lights. As same as the double door at the entrance for the bedroom.
Eddie, is that a queen size bed in the den?
Yeah, I think so. It is. It's just the angle of the picture, the fisheye angle, so it makes it look smaller than it is. But I think it is. I don't quote me on that, but as I remember, I think it's a queen size. Even if it's not, you see, there's lots of space there. Even if it's a double bed, it's still you can feel like at least you can even feel king bed here. So it has lots of space. It's a decent sized bedroom. As you see, it's 7.9 by 11, so almost 8 feet by 12 feet. So it's decent size.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see from, I mean, I'm looking at the floor plan from my other side, so I'm just reading from there. And this is the centerpiece from the whole unit. This is actual 2,000 square foot terrace. You can't really appreciate the size till you see it in person. Like there's 3 full patio sets on it, and it still looks so tiny. It's just unbelievable big. You see, you see that? It's just huge. And you do see a lake from the west south side through those buildings here. Let me just okay, so 1 second. Yeah, let me just, yeah, this here. I don't know if you see my mouse here.
Yes.
Okay, on that side you can see the lake. You can't see the lake from this angle from here, which is east south side, because of this platform here. It hits, so it's the level with that, so you can't really appreciate the lake. But from, oh, we don't have the picture. Can we have? Let me see if you have the actual picture of that.
That's the picture facing, that's the picture from looking over to Brooker's Lane.
Yes, so actually, I don't know, we don't have a picture actually. Oh yeah, there is. So yeah, this is actual, from that side you can see the lake. So it's still nice. You can still enjoy the lake view.
If you could pause there for a second, Eddie, I just want to point out that where Eddie's mouse is, there's a restaurant there. There's the Firkin restaurant right there.
Oh yeah, right here and on here. So you have two restaurants on that.
And on the other side is a restaurant called Eden. And these are all steps away from this building. In fact, all along that street there is called Marine Parade. And it's a street that's basically one side is the park facing the lake. And that whole area, Humber Bay Shores, is all parkland. So there's bike trails, there's walking trails, there's waterfowl, there's a couple of marinas not too far away, but it's a beautiful area with patio restaurants that this time of year, I mean, this picture was just taken in the last couple of weeks, and you know, you can see how bright and sunny it is, parkland galore. So it certainly is an area that somebody would enjoy, just the lifestyle of that particular neighborhood.
Yeah, absolutely. Honestly, like I saw so many units in that area, and this, I know it's not just because it's all listing. I don't want to, sell it too much. It's just that it's actually, it is one of the best terrace I saw in a while. Like I never saw, like in my 3 years of working as a realtor, I never saw a terrace like this. So it's centerpiece for this unit, and whoever appreciates terrace and wants, this is the unit to get, actually, honestly. Yeah, so
I'm going to switch.
Yes,
screens over to the virtual tour so that you get a chance to have a really good look, and then you can ask some specific questions. So the website to access the property, if you're looking for it, it's 511-2121 lakeshore.ca. That's the website. When you come in here, you'll actually see that you have access to a 3D walkthrough, which I'm going to take you through in just a moment, photos and the floor plan. So all the information that you need about the property is here. You'll also see a bit of information about the neighborhood and about what's happening in the location in terms of the map. The location of this property is about 10-minute drive to downtown Toronto. There's also, it's very TTC friendly. It's got a high walk score. And so it really does mean that it's comfortable no matter where you're living. If you're heading towards the airport, it's about 10 to 15 minutes away from the airport. All right, so when you come in here, you'll actually be able to do a 3D walkthrough of the property. So let me just get this loaded up here. Here's a little dollhouse. There it is. All right, so here we are in the living room, and from here you can see there's the one.
Sorry for interrupting. Can you blow that up like full screen?
It is on my screen. It is full screen. It might be.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, on my screen it is full screen.
Okay.
Let's see if I can make it any bigger. Did that make it any bigger?
Yeah, that's it. Perfect.
Okay, perfect. All right,
awesome.
Good. So from here you can see the walkout from the living room. There's a walkout from the dining area, and then look at that spacious terrace area. So it is huge. It's there's 2 terraces on this floor. So there's this one here, which is the east terrace, and then there's one through the divider glass, which is the west terrace. But you can kind of get a good look of that. So let's just start you from the front entrance. So when you come in, this is your front entrance right here. By the way, if you have any questions, feel free and drop them in the chat. So this is your front entrance right here. And then you've got your coat closet, and you've got your first bathroom right here. This is a full bathroom with a shower There you go. And then as you come along a little bit further, there's your gallery entranceway. Here's your den again. You can kind of see the flooring. By the way, tell me if I'm moving too quickly as well. I have a habit of saying, okay, now let's see something else really quickly as I dart around so you can get a really good look at this. But as Eddie mentioned, it would be really good to have a home office. So for those of you that have been working at home in tiny places, you might think that this is a time to have a place with an actual den area so that you could work and enjoy that. Your kitchen, as you've seen already, is located just as you come in, and that is slate on the bottom. Oh, I see a comment from Terry Lynn. Yeah, the building amenities are very nice. Terry Lynn's office is actually in the building as well, so I know you're an expert at this. There you go, into the second bedroom, as Eddie pointed out. And then you come across the living room, past the dining area, and you're into the master bedroom right here. So this is the master bedroom here. And there is another patio door to walk out. So if you're, relaxing here, you can see there's window coverings on it. You can certainly go out and enjoy this giant terrace. It certainly is unique to find something like this. Again, in the neighborhood, the only one that we saw that was, maybe similar size on the inside was positioned well over $1 million in one of the new ones. Yeah, the terrace is gorgeous. Yeah. Just remarking on a comment, thank you. So this is, as Eddie mentioned, not a walk-in closet, but it is a very large closet. You can just see from the doors in here, it's a very large reach-in closet. And then here's the ensuite bathroom in here. And this is a full bathroom with a tub in it. So there you have a full ensuite bathroom. Now, what I've done is in the chat area, I've actually provided you with a document that Terry Lynn provided to us, which has some information with regards to the funding. So Terry Lynn, should I share out that document and then you could also talk about it?
Yes, definitely do that.
Perfect. Okay, I'll take care of that. So it's right now in the chat, but I'll make sure to share out the document as well. Give me 30 seconds to grab it. Oops, now I opened it twice. I meant to only open it once and I opened it twice. That's what I get for double clicking.
Yeah, I do that too, impatience.
All right. My share screen, go away, hold on. Let's go back here.
Here we all are.
Yes. I just lost my share screen, so we might have to all open it up. If you
I can share the screen. Give me a second.
Perfect, good. Thank you.
No problem.
It's in the chat, so you can download a copy of the documentation. But Terry Lynn, as a mortgage expert, is done some analysis on what it would take to purchase this beautiful property.
Yes, so like Pamela said, I actually sit in the office primarily in that building, and I actually lived across the street in 2 different buildings before I moved and bought a house. So I really love that neighborhood, really enjoy walking around the restaurants and all of the amenities there. But right now, interest rates are actually quite low. So generally speaking, you're looking at a 2.49 interest rate, unless you're putting more down, and then we start to play around a little bit with that. But to buy this place, your minimum down payment is going to be just under $65,000, so $64,990. That would give you a mortgage about $834,000, and push your mortgage payment at about $3,735. Now, the more you put down, obviously your payment gets down a little bit. As soon as you start to put 20% down, things change a little bit, And if we want to stretch the amortization, the rate kind of changes a little bit. The Bank of Canada made some rulings, and it just made the uninsured money a little more unfavorable. And that's something that we can get into more depth if you're interested. But as you can see, you put a little bit more money down, even with the higher interest rate, it does bring that payment down quite a bit, down to just under $3,000. So that kind of makes a difference. And of course, you avoid those large CMHC premiums, which are, you know, $25,000, you know, $15,000, depending on how much you're putting down. So this place, again, if you're looking to rent that sort of place, it would cost quite a bit, because, you know, I would compare that house almost to a penthouse, that condo, sorry, almost to a penthouse, and you're going to pay huge rents on that. So this place is a great investment to live in, especially with that beautiful terrace. I think, wow, that's unbelievable.
Yes.
So any questions?
All right.
Okay, so there you go. It's back to you, Pam.
Perfect. All right, good. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and share my screen again, because I'd like to move on and talk a little bit about the second property, which happens to also be in the same neighborhood. So that's the benefit about what we're talking about today, is we're keeping you
sorry
all
for interrupting you, Pam. I have a question here via text from a potential buyer. He has two kids, one in high school and one in elementary school, and he's asking if there are any schools around the buildings or anything like that. Can you tell us more about that?
So there are some schools. So what I'm on right now is our RE/MAX site. And the nice thing about looking at our properties from the RE/MAX vantage point is we provide you with a whole lot of information beyond just information about the property. So although I'm looking right now at the unit 1622, which is the smaller unit that we're showcasing today, if you come down to either one of those units, just below, they'll talk to you a little bit about what's in the neighborhood for that particular unit. So here's the whole Humber Bay Shores. The one unit that we're talking about is actually located right here. And the second one that we've moved to is here. So you can see they're just basically in the same block. This is that Marine Parade area with all the parkland. All of this green is parkland that you can walk and enjoy right adjacent to the lake. So I used to live in Bermuda, and this, honestly, when I'm here and looking out at the lake, it reminds me with all the sailboats of what it was like to live in Bermuda. So in terms of some of the other features, if you're looking for things like schools, elementary schools, you can come in again to the RE/MAX site and click on elementary schools, and it will show you all of the different schools that are here. So you'll be able to see these are all the junior schools that are here. And if I scroll down a little bit more, it's going to show me about the high schools. So there's one high school, and it also pinpoints that for me. Where is that? Oh, it says there's no high schools located within 30 minutes, but there actually is a high school off a little bit more along Royal York, which is somewhere around in here. So
just to make it clear, this everybody has an access for this, the public, yeah?
Yeah, this is available for everybody to have a look at. Also, if you're looking for shopping, it shows you what's available for shopping. So each one of these is an element that you could have a look at in order to see any of those particular features. Hi there, we've got another visitor. Hi, welcome.
Hi, Patrick.
Hey, Patrick, welcome. So I'm going to take you on a bit of a tour talking about the shore breeze. So this is the view that I was talking about. This is actually facing, further along down Lakeshore Boulevard. And this is the suite. It's suite 1622. Now the building itself is still actually under some level of construction. So we were there the other day, and Eddie can attest to this, that when you walk in, you'll still see that the main lobby is still a bit of a construction zone. So some of the enhancements of the building are not quite in play yet. And of course, then we all got hit with this COVID-19, where all the amenities are pretty much shut down in pretty much every condo building in the city. But it's suite 1622. When you come in, it's got all of these modern full-size appliances. Now, I have to stress, full-size appliances are king in some of these small condos. So in many of the condos in Toronto, what you're going to find is they have lovely integrated appliances, but they're small. So you get a small condo style fridge, which I think holds like maybe one meal at a time. Okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but this is a full-size fridge, which is why that makes it extra special. A full-size oven. Again, there are some units that don't even have an oven anymore. In some of the smaller downtown suites, they're putting in convection microwaves, not even a proper oven. But this has a full stove, glass top, microwave, dishwasher, fridge. So everything's there, beautiful flooring. And this particular suite, so here it is furnished. Currently there's a tenant in place in this suite. We are still able to show it. So for anybody who's interested in actual in real life showing, we are able to do that for you. But it gives you an idea of how it could possibly be furnished. So he put an island style kitchen table in here, which these are really good. They can double up for, you know, working at, so on and so forth. Then he put in a small apartment size L-shaped living room couch. And you can see he's got his desk over there. So that's not a tiny little place. In fact, as one bedrooms go in the city of Toronto, it's 560 square feet. So 560 square feet is considered getting towards your larger one bedroom suite. The smaller one bedroom suites are, what would you guess, like 500 for the smaller?
Yeah, around there, 549 or so, 480. Yeah, so they hover around.
That's tiny. That's very tiny.
It is. Yeah.
So here it kind of shows you again what it looks like empty so that you can get an idea of the space. So your front entrance is at the front, and then beside it is the washer and dryer. It does have a full-size washer and dryer. And our seller in this case I think she didn't really know what she was planning on doing with the suite when she purchased it. So this was purchased by our seller pre-construction, and I think she purchased it back in 2012. So now here it is 2020, and she is thinking that it's time to move on and do something else with her investment money. So she actually put in this beautiful wall fireplace. It is an electric fireplace, but it is an upgrade. So you won't see that in most of the other suites, but the builder offered it as an upgrade, and my client decided to take advantage of that. You'll also see here, now we're in the living room area, looking outside, you get a lot of that evening sun. So this photo was taken later on in the day, and that's what it looks like. So here you get a better idea of how the living room was configured and how the TV over the fireplace makes a really smart use of the living room area. There it is again, vacant. Okay, the bedroom, one of the nice things about the bedroom, in the small condos, storage space is a premium. So this particular suite has a full walk-in closet here, and that's amazing. So it's a really nice design and layout. We have the floor plan, we'll show you in just a moment. This is also a queen size bed, and that balcony you can see goes from the living room over to the bedroom. It's a big balcony, which means that, you know, you could put a planter outside, put a small little patio or balcony garden out there, and you would have lots of space to do things like that, which is good. So there, a little closer look. And here's your front load washer and dryer. And that picture just shows you how new the property is. I think he's finally taken the plastic off. But there's a beautiful full size front load washer and dryer. I know that again, in some of the other condos, they're putting in smaller condo size washer and dryers, which I think hold maybe 2 bath towels. This is a full size washer and dryer. So it will certainly ensure that you're not spending a lot of time doing laundry. Suites like this, if you were looking from an investor standpoint, they could typically rent for about $2,100 a month.
That's about correct.
All right, so here's the floor plan for this particular, it's a similar floor plan. It almost is exactly the same, but you come in, here's the door. This is glass. She upgraded the sliding door on the closet. Your bathroom is here. You come in, there's your washer and dryer. So the door on the washer and dryer, around the corner into the bedroom, and here's your walk-in closet. So I'm telling you, it's really nice to have that walk-in closet. That balcony, as you can see, goes from end to end. So it ranges from the full length of the suite. And then you've got your L-shaped kitchen. And that's where he put the island. And then the rest would be furnishings. And that wall fireplace is right along here. So he actually mounted the TV above that, which I think is pretty smart.
It's very practical design.
Now, the other thing that you'll see here, so this particular unit is priced at $569,900, which works out to be about just around $1,000 a square foot. And so that's pretty much the going rate for some of the smaller suites. It is smaller, so the condo fees are highly affordable. And don't forget that this suite is not only including parking and locker, which again I state because when you're downtown Toronto, parking and locker are usually extra items. And many of the small one-bedroom suites in the downtown Toronto core don't even have a parking spot. So for this to have parking and locker, it means it's designed for somebody who, you know, may have to commute by car from time to time, or you can take the transit, and there's a couple of modes of transit right in front of the suite. So you can also get some information about some stats in terms of the demographics of the neighborhood. So the average household income, individual income, education, and people who own versus rent. So there is a great percentage of people that own versus rent. And right now we're finding that the rental units, there's quite a few rental units. So it's nice to be able to see that more people are buying to live in these particular suites. All right, do I have any other questions?
Yeah, can you tell us more about the actual building?
Yeah, so Eau de Soleil is, I don't think I have any really good pictures of Eau de Soleil, but Eau de Soleil was built, as I mentioned, in 2012 was when it started. They were selling it back in 2012. It has had occupancy since 2019. And the building itself, we really should find a photo of it. So let me see if I can find a really good photo of Eau de Soleil. Eau de Soleil has this beautiful design built by Empire Communities, and it's almost shaped like this giant U. And that's why I say it's iconic in terms of how it looks. And I think this photo is a little bit dark, but let's see if they have any. Oh, there, let's get understand, and I'll lighten that up. All right, so you can kind of see here, this is the building, and they share a common entranceway down here. This front tower is called the Water Tower, and this tall tower is called the Sky Tower. And a funny story is not last Christmas, the Christmas before, while the building was still under construction, there was a piece on the local TV about somebody who was base jumping off the building. And I said, that's Eau de Soleil. They're base jumping off Eau de Soleil. So our client suite would face on the front side of this. So this is facing towards the lake, which is probably facing east. And we always think that when you're facing the lake, you're facing south, but because of the nature of where Humber Bay Shores is actually located, you're not actually facing the lake there. You're facing towards the east. So that's a little bit about Eau de Soleil. In terms of the amenities, it has saltwater pool, a beautiful gym, yoga studio, guest suites, pretty much all of your standard amenities. It has them, but they're beautifully, the design, the layout of some of these amenities is amazing. Some of the amenities are not quite finished yet, as I mentioned. The main entrance is not ready, although they do have full visitor parking, and the parking garage is finished as well. So it means people can go and use their own parking spot. Coming down the pipeline. So as we mentioned before on Marine Parade, how there's a lot of commercial with restaurants. Eau de Soleil will also have some commercial. So there will likely be some professional offices, whether it's dentists, doctors, hair salons, nail salons, but also there could be some additional commercial that you wouldn't even think about. So that's something that I really like about it. Now, in the whole area again, this is just another thing, but I'll just kind of highlight here. This particular area, so here's where the suite is located. This kind of gives you an idea of, this is downtown Toronto right here. So the entertainment district, Yorkville, this is all downtown Toronto. It's just one quick highway ride from getting on the Gardiner, coming along and getting off at Spadina, and you're there. If you wanted to go to the airport, here's the airport here. So it's the same thing, get on the highway, go up here, and you're at the airport. Literally, when it's pretty good traffic, I think an airport drive is about 15 minutes. Downtown is typically 10 minutes. There's also a bike trail here. So you could also go in and actually bike and come all the way downtown if you wanted. So it's certainly a great location.
You can actually use the city view, use the small guy there, Pam, so you can see the actual street and everything. Yeah, perfect. And we can see the building.
Oh, isn't that beautiful? Okay, so there's the building right here. You can see it. This is all of the Humber Bay Shore, some of the taller towers in here. See if I can get a little closer. I'm hiding behind a bush, Eddie. It won't let me go past the bush.
You can walk, actually. I'll go back and move the guy a bit.
Yes.
It's stormy weather. So.
Oh, so that water. Doesn't that water remind you of Bermuda, though? Except for there's the CN Tower.
So it's awesome view of the downtown itself, too.
Yeah. There, I'll just kind of turn on some of the other amenities in the neighborhood. This is what the building, the entranceway to the building. Oh, this is currently where the entrance is, but you can see here that there's a bit of construction. So this would be the formal entranceway. The building does come with concierge security, which is great. And I'd love to, again, take a minute and talk about the money situation as we refer to this particular suite. So Eddie, do you mind sharing out Terry Lynn's document for
I don't have for this unit. Can you just share it here?
Yeah.
So I can open it up.
Hang on 2 seconds and I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
30 Shore Breeze. And Terry Lynn, again, thank you so much for taking the time to organize some of the number crunching. Sometimes people can relate to things a bit more when they are looking at the numbers.
For sure. You're welcome.
So I don't know if, can you see that, Terry Lynn?
Oh, there you go. Okay. You're sharing? Okay, perfect. Yeah.
That's great. So obviously this unit's a little bit less than the last one. So price point, down payment, that sort of stuff is less. So minimum down payment. So I don't know, and I'm sure you guys know this, Bank of Canada rules are you can put a minimum of 5% down, except when you hit the 500,000 threshold. So then you can put, 5% down. You can put 5% down on the 500,000, but anything above, you have to put 10% down on that. So that 69,900, we've got to put 10% on that, but 5% on the 500,000. So that's why the minimum down payment is actually 5.61% as opposed to just your basic 5%. So minimum down would be 31,990, so just under 32,000. Amortized over 25 years, which is, again, that's the Bank of Canada rules with the minimum down payment. With today's rate of 249, your payment would be slightly over $2,400 a month. So great affordability for that. Again, it's maybe a little more than what you would pay for rent, but you're owning it. It's yours. And that property value is just going to keep going up. It's not going to be going down. I don't think so. And I'm sure you guys don't think so either. So with 10% down, your down payment would be, your 56,990, amortized over 25 years. Again, the 249, your payment will be 2295. And then if you put 20% down, just to avoid the CMHC premiums or the high ratio insurance premium, which I always like to do, you can stretch the amortization a little bit and then you can get your payment down to $1,867, so just under $1,900.
Right. So that's actually pretty good. So if is that just the mortgage payment, or did you take into account everything?
No, always only just the mortgage payment. That's
Okay.
just mortgage payment. Everything else is on top.
So one of the things that we're finding in Toronto is that a lot of the suites that happen, where you're really getting and making your money may not necessarily be on the cash flow element, but it's probably on the equity growth down the road. So that's something certainly that for anybody who's interested in doing really an investment analysis of a property, that we could sit down one-on-one and conduct that with you to determine, where are you going to be breaking even? What is this going to look like in 5 or 10 years based on the equity growth? So you'll probably find that on a cash flow basis, it may end up being, with condo fees and taxes, negative cash flow. However, the long-term equity growth may be something that's more important to you. Properties in Toronto are hard to find, and affordable ones are also hard to find. So if you could find something that, maybe for 2,200, so maybe it's, a minor little bit of negative cash flow for a little while, but in the long run, you're able to, turn this into 600,000-700,000 within a, period of time. That's really where that deficit on a monthly basis won't matter much in a couple of years.
So what I'm going to do, Pamela, is I'm going to share this handy dandy little app that I have for people in the chat. And you can download that onto your phone. And it's really awesome because it gives you all these things to figure, you can put in the property price, you can put in the down payment, you can play around with what payments would be, if I bought for this, how much would this be, and that sort of stuff. It also does a quick 30-second pre-approval. It's just like more of a quick little pre-qualification before you can actually do the pre-approval. But I'm gonna see if I can paste that in. I don't know how. Let me see if I can figure that out. Yay!
Oh, no, Eddie pasted something.
I posted the Remax for everybody so they know where to go.
Oh. Okay, well, I'm trying to, as soon as I figure out how to paste that, I'll put that in there.
I may also have, Terry Lynn, if I may be able to find it if I Google you. I may have your app access to me. Do you think it as well?
There it is. I dragged and dropped.
Oh, yay! This is where Terry Lynn lives online, but now that app, which I've used, and I have to say it's brilliant. I love the fact that you have your own app, Terry Lynn, and I have used it and I've recommended it to clients to use as well. Terry Lynn, by the way, is probably one of my go-to mortgage brokers. So she's provided a lot of service to a lot of clients. So I'm super happy that you were able to help us out today.
Oh, thank you. It's a pleasure.
Absolutely.
So I'd love to see if there's any other questions. Anybody have a question? Would you like to see something else that we have not shown you? You can, whether you go to my page on Remax or Eddie's page on Remax, both of our listings will be shown down below. And from there, you'll be able to go in and take a peek and look to see if there's anything else out there. By the way, Eddie, how do we compare in terms of what else is happening in the marketplace? Are there any other comparable listings, and how are we positioned in terms of some of those other listings?
Regarding the 30 Shore Breeze, I think we are the second cheapest one in the building. There's another one, but that's just much smaller and a lower floor, so it doesn't even compare with ours. So basically, we are the cheapest one in the building for now. So we are really good position, and whoever is looking to invest in that building, that's awesome price for that unit. Going by my calculation, the average per square foot is between $1,050 to $1,100. So we are a little bit under that average price. So that's good from that side. As the 2121 Lakeshore, same thing. We are right on the dot with what's going on around the area. But again, nobody has our terrace, not even like remotely close to it, like nothing, zero. So just the terrace itself, me personally, I would put it at $100,000 value at minimum. So we are basically underpriced at what we have there. So whoever invests in that unit is going to get a nice investment, and in the future, that unit is going to be way over $1 million in a short period of time. So it's a good investment as a future proof, and as your enjoyment in the building, like you enjoying the terrace and the whole area itself. It's so yeah, we are really good position with the pricing on both units. So whoever even remotely think of investing money, they're not going to lose.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you so much. All right. I don't think I see any other questions. Certainly, if you want to visit us online, you can reach me at my website, which is pamelasimons.ca. And there's tons of stuff here. So if you happen to be looking, I've already predefined a search for Humber Bay Shores. So if you're looking to see what else is available in the Humber Bay Shores area, you can just come in, find a property, and go down to Humber Bay Shores. If you happen to be looking and you want to see what we have in Toronto, over $2 million, I've also defined a search for that. So there's a couple of searches here that you can come in and play with and have a look at. So I'll just click on the Humber Bay Shores just so that you can see what else is in the neighborhood. So here's another look actually at Eau de Soleil. Oh, here's a 2-bedroom for rent there for $3,000. So there are a few places around the area for sale. So you could play around with it if you wanted to say, I'm looking for 1-bedrooms, or it doesn't really matter. You can go ahead and play around, save the search, log in, and it will provide you with updates so that you're able to determine if one of these happens to be the right one for you. So feel free and consider using my predefined searches. If you would like to sign up for the Workplay Toronto events page, you can also go to my site and go down to the Workplay Toronto events, and that'll get you logged in so that you can sign up for the weekly events posts, which come out every Friday or Saturday, depending on what's happening. All right.
Awesome.
You know what? I think unless we have any other questions, I think we've kind of given a good shot of reviewing what these two properties have to offer.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah? Everybody's happy?
Yep.
So the last thing is, for all of you participating today, if you would like, I've got these really super fun, and sorry, you're getting a glow off my light here, but these are really super cool do not disturb signs that I'd be happy to mail a couple of them out to you. They say, do not disturb, genius is working. They're sponsored by Workplay Toronto. It's just a silly little fun thing, but if you want to contact me after the session, feel free and I'll mail a few of them off to you as a thank you gift for coming and joining us today.
Awesome. Thanks,
Awesome.
Pamela.
So at this point, why don't you say we sign off, and we'll see you at the next open house. I don't know what that will be, but certainly we have a lot of fun doing these, and the more we
do have
the
a new
better.
visitor, Di or D. You just got in.
I beg your pardon?
We just got a new visitor. It's Di or D. Hello, D. Di. You see it in the list?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just joined.
Ah, well. Ah, yes, I see somebody. Hey there. Welcome. Well, we can certainly hang out, Eddie, for a bit. Terry Lynn, I'm certainly going to say thank you so much for joining us today. I'd love for you to just enjoy the rest of your weekend, and we'll hang out for a minute and see if anybody else wants to chat with us about these properties.
Thanks, Terry Lynn, for everything. Thank you very much for the time.
Thank you. And I'm available too for any questions. If you didn't get my contact information on there, you can go to our website, yourmortgageyourway.ca. I'm on there, or Pamela has all my information. Thanks so much.
I surely do. Thank you very much. All right, Terry Lynn. Eddie, why don't we hang out for a minute and just make sure everybody who wants to talk to us gets a chance.
The last person just left, so I guess it's just us. I think we can wrap it up for now. And they can actually look at the recordings and see what we went through.